Sometimes I think about how difficult it is to explain your personal experience with a video game, especially if you're explaining it to someone who doesn't play this genre of video games or just doesn't play games at all. Because it's not like I sat back and enjoyed a good story. I was in the story. I was the main character. I made choices, I made mistakes, and all of that contributed to my overall experience with the game. Even if we're not talking about story-driven games, even if we're talking about like simple matches, the game mechanics, the learning curve, the skills you acquire, and the strengths that you get into when it's time to get it done. Someone once told me, aren't fighting games just mashing buttons until someone inevitably wins? And I'm like, no, you don't know that players will learn a character's moveset and then learn every other character's moveset and see how it compares to their character. They'll learn the matchups, the setups, the mix-ups, even going as far as learning frame data. They'll know that, hey, this move is like 3 frames, so it's almost impossible to react to. So when you're watching like a fighting game tournament, it's mostly mind games. Everyone knows everything that they need to know about the game, and then it's just basic fundamentals plus mind games. And that's the beauty of video games in general. It's that it can be this relaxing cookie clicker that you play just to pass the time. It can be this deep story-driven game where you're attached to all the main characters, and you usually end up in tears.
What you doing there, goofball?
Oh my god!
Or it could be this high-skilled, game mechanics fundamentals, high-octane, adrenaline-pumping experience. And then something else came along. Something that would heighten our experience of video games by placing us directly inside of them. I am, of course, talking about virtual reality. And everything else I mentioned will apply, but on top of that, there are 2 new elements. There is the fitness element, and then there's the brain element. After an intense match of whatever you were playing, you feel the heat, the adrenaline, the sweat. And yes, I know you're thinking, oh, just go play outside. Listen, I can't just play basketball with my friend that lives on the other side of the world, okay? And then the brain element, trademark, affects us even in single-player games. It starts by just placing you in the correct environment with the right sounds. It only takes a couple of minutes for the brain to make us feel like we're there. Because now, when you look around, you're not in the comfort of your room anymore. You are in there. I remember in the game Lone Echo, I had to physically do a bunch of tasks in order to save someone's life. I was holding back tears while using a defibrillator on an NPC. This is what I'm talking about.
Don't blow up, don't blow up, don't blow up, don't blow up.
Oh! So then comes the social aspect. Being in proximity to other people in VR felt different. I don't want to say that it feels like they're there, but it gets really close, like really close. So of course, people realized, hey, we don't need to be playing games. We could just hang out. And that's the most brief explanation of social VR and why it's so popular. You place yourself in the right environment with the right people and you can have the experience that you want. Cozy apartments, bars, arcades, nightclubs, and of course a boat flying through space, shooting lasers and blasting music. And while doing all that, you get to choose how people perceive you. In games like VR Chat, you get to choose an avatar. There's a bunch of default ones, or you can go into worlds where you can find some user-created ones. You also have the possibility to create yours from scratch and import it into the game. And this is where Voicemod comes in handy. Once you install Voicemod, you can go in your game settings and set your microphone to Voicemod virtual audio device. Now you can choose a voice that really matches your avatar.
Oh hi, I'm the cute avatar.
I'm not quite sure.
Sir, the enemy called me a doo-doo head. Over.
Watch me do this backflip.
You can choose a voice that matches the environment.
Welcome to my cave party.
I think it's even funnier if the voice doesn't match.
It's your boy. It's your boy. Hey.
So now you can make your virtual reality experience more fun and more immersive. From simple voice effects to real-time AI voices that will sound nothing like you. And of course, it doesn't matter which game you're playing. In a game like Pavlov VR, you're supposed to be speaking through a radio. Now you can sound like you're speaking through a radio. Just don't forget to say over.
No, he said game over, so I said game what? Over.
In conclusion, the virtual reality experience is a pretty immersive one. And Voicemod can make it even better. Whether you're a gamer, a social gamer, a content creator, Voicemod can help you spice it up. I could go on and on about haptics, phantom sense, full body tracking, or just destroying squeakers in paintball, but I've said enough for now. This is Guy Level for Voicemod. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.